Um, Good morning. Let me introduce ourselves. This is my partner, Juan Ignacio Aguilar, and I am Agustín Donda. We are students from the National Technological University in Paraná. Our paper's name is the contribution of domotics to energy saving and environmental conservation. Wasting energy is common issues in today's life, and not many people realize it. This common problem may seem insignificant if only one house is the analyzed, but if it is a neighborhood or a city, wasted increase considerably. Together with wasted energy, polluting gases are generated when energy is produced. Together, another problem is the health and well-being of people who lives in cities and communities around it. These people is constantly concerned about. Oh, I forgot it. Haha. These people is constantly concerned about the overall maintenance of their houses and do not think about the advantages of an automated house through simple things such as better illumination, temperature regulation, or good ventilation, or better illumination. Um, or good ventilation, yeah. These problems are common and affect a great part of the population in the world, and are related between them. In the last few years, domotics or home automation have been developed in order to improve people's quality of life. Um, um, an, au- um, an automated house is a house with devices, appliances, and sensors communicating with each other, and with the possibility of being controlled remotely. um, this uh, this system uh, this system these functions allow consumers to monitor their electricity consumption and gives them the opportunity to change their lifestyle, um, while obtaining benefits such an improved lifestyle with comfort and safety. Yeah, this technology, home automation, could help society by promoting a healthy environment by using cleaner energy through smart use of energy management. The role of this technology must grow in society in order to achieve not only a reduction in energy consumption, but also help society to live in a more comfortable way using cleaner energy. The purpose of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation. Se escucha como un rebote. Bueno, no sé si afecta. The purpose of this presentation is or the presentation that is based on our paper was to study, analyze, and compare the results of different studies about home automation systems. Um, this analysis This analysis points to the determination of the benefits the benefit that home automations home automation uh, present to consumers and environment. Um, achieving a reduction in terms of contamination. This paper also seeks to inform about the relations of or how can help home automation to achieve the targets connected with the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, in relation to the SDG number 3, 11, and 13. Which are health and well-being, sustainable cities and communities, and climate action.
Well, my name is Juan Aguilar, and I'm going to describe the organization of the presentation. First, we're going to talk about the previous research. In this section, we are going to comment the different parts of an automated home, and then we're going to analyze the energy consumption of this automated home and the carbon footprint that it leaves. In the next section, using home automation, we are going to explain how we can use this technology, the home automation, to improve our well-being. Then we are going to comment different cases of cities of the world that uses home automation, and finally we are going to discuss the different advantages and disadvantages. Well, beginning with the previous research, we are going to comment the parts of home automation. First, an automated home have all home automation have interconnected systems like temperature control, lighting control, security system, and the other ones that we can see in the presentations. There are two main types of home automation: those with a microcontroller and those without microcontroller. The HEM systems, the home energy management system, is one without microcontroller. This system has have different subsystems. The smart meter is the responsible to collect the information through the appliance or the smart plugs. The communication device are necessary to transmit this information between the smart plugs or the appliance to the smart meter. Next, the field device are the sensors that the house have to collect information about the temperature or the humidity and transmit it by means of the communication device to the smart meter and the management device. The management and computing device are composed by the hard disk to save the information, the home display to see this information, and the computing power to process the data. Then the other types of home automation with microcontroller is represented by the SSAM, the Semantic Smart Home System for Energy Efficiency. This system has the same sub system, but the difference is that this system can turn on or turn off the different appliances automatically. Or the system also can change the temperature or the humidity using the signals that the field device send.
Energy consumption. In one of the paper we have based our paper. In this paper, an experimental setup based on STM microcontroller the full name is STM32F407. Was carried out this experimental setup where was carried out in a four-season geographical area in order to generalize the results obtaining in any part of the world and see how the behavior of this system in every environment. This simulation, this simulation of home automation system had a microcontroller, a temperature sensor, a light-dependent resistor, a smoke sensor, and auxiliary materials, and also has had an electric underfloor heating system. um, um, These elements are controlled, managed by the microcontroller, and in a smart way to reduce inefficient use of energy. For example, if the light sensor notice that it is getting dark, the microcontroller will increase the light in those areas that are being used gradually. A similar in this way, energy is saved. Yes. In this way, energy is saved since not all the power, the available power energy is being used, but only the necessary. A similar phenomenon happens or take place with the rest of sensors when these detect that energy is being used unnecessary. The microcontroller will regulate this energy. After monitoring this experimental setup in 8 months, it has been found that there was a further reduction in consumption in approximately 50%, reducing energy consumption from 1,000 kilowatts per hour to approximately 700 kilowatts per hour, having a monthly percentage in consumption of 100 per hour per month. In this case, the Lightning subsystem demonstrate its value, right? The light will automatically turn off in those areas where no movement is detected. If it is important to note that the consumption of this home automation system will depend of the type of the kind of system that is under study. Similarly to this case, in another article in which we have based on ours, it is assumed that home automation could achieve a reduce in energy consumption of approximately 12% in the appliances only. In this study, the consumption of each of the HIMS, this is home energy management system categories, is analyzed and multiplied by an average operating life of 5 years. But in order to achieve a comparison with the previous case with the microcontroller, a monthly average is sought. Taking this into account, the results are as is showed in the screen. the total consumption of the automation system in 5 years is 4,000 kilowatts per hour, in which the monthly average consumption is approximately 700 per hour per month. The difference between one study and the other is in the second one, only the appliances are taken into account, while in the other, in the previous one, only the house system is studied. So with this data provided in this section, in the next section, it's environment impact and the benefit that it is offered to us can be established.
Well, to measure the carbon footprint of the home system, the paper that we use uses the life cycle assessment method, the LCA. This method measures the impact of each component of the system since the material are extracted from the nature until the end of its useful life, passing through the manufacture, the sale, the use, and the recycling. The useful life in this method is taking account a useful life of 5 years. Well, the first result of the LCA, the first result of the LCAs shows that the 99.5% of the emissions occur during the assemble and use phase, the presentation. And the 84% of the last percentage is in the use phase. Then the study is divided into 18 indicators. And how we can see in the picture, the main indicators are, the main indicator affected are human toxicity and marine toxicity. But the climate change is one of the lowest indicator affected. In the then, as we also can see that the smart meter represent the 20% of the impact in all of the indicators, and the rest are divided between the management device and the smart plugs. The impact of the temperature sensor is 0. We also can see that the climate change, the factor that most affect the climate change is the smart plug. The study concludes by saying that the average of carbon emission per kilowatt consumed in 1 hour is 443 grams of CO2 per kilowatt hour. Then finally, the study says that the smart meter can be paid back in terms of energy consumption in 3.5 months, and in terms of CO2 emissions in after 11 months.
Using home automation. Improve well-being. One important aspect of a home automation system, and probably the main reason of why people use it, is the security provided. Many system has been developed to offer has been developed to cover efficiently every possible security need. A security and safety system aimed at smart homes must support several different purposes. System such system detect the outbreak of fire at a very early stage by a temperature sensor, and some inform about a possible flood, and some limit the human access at indoor or outdoor places. Bien. Well, for many people, the security as a quality in home automation is not less important. This is a common problem, and home automation faced this problem with sensors. Sensors such as smoke detector. It is used in both applications, households and industries. It can detect hydrogen, alcohol, butane, propane, etc. Gas detector and magnetic sensor to inform about the opening of windows or doors. Added to this, management home automation system the access to the setting menu of a home automation system takes place in a secure way in order to avoid the access of unauthorized people to the entire home automation system. HDB, Housing and Development Board, described that houses will be equipped with a digital infrastructure which will connect homes to the internet and thus give resident access to various different services. For instance, the elderly alert system will help families monitoring the elderlies in their houses by using sensors and movement and motion detectors.
Well, now we are going to comment different cases of cities of the world that uses home automation. The first case is in Chongqing, in China. In this place, a survey was carried out to 246 consumers about their habits in the moment of the about his attitudes of electrical consumption. This is because between the years 2000 and 2008, the electricity consumption in China has doubled. Well, the survey shows that the population was worried and informed about the problem with electricity, but they didn't know how they can make a difference, what habits they can change, or what appliance they can change to reduce his electricity consumption. Well, for this problem, we think that the HEMS or the same system can help. The HEM system to show the information that the sensor collect to inform the people about their consumption, so they can make a change in his habits, and it's the same to reduce automatically the consumption using the microcontroller. Then the next case is in Västerås, I think, Västerås in Sweden. In this city of Sweden, in the last year, millions of smart meters were installed. So Udals, yes, were installed. How we know the appliance or the devices are in the now are more efficient, but the people buy more and more appliance. So the energy consumption increases. Well, the survey shows that the information given in the smart meter is very important because the people have the smart meter and see the information that is given in the smart meter, but they say that the information is not enough to make a change in his habits. So we think that this is a very important factor to reduce the energy consumption, the information given in the smart meter. Then the third case is again in China, in Shanghai, and there in this place a study was carried out in 131 houses with a smart meter. 76 houses of these 159 have had in-home displays, and the other ones don't have a in-home display. So the results show that the in-home display can make a difference in the energy consumption because the in-home display show to the consumers the information that is collected by the smart meter, and the other without in-home displays can't see the information collected. So the result shows that the result shows that 9.1% of more energy consumption in those without in-home display, and 12.9% of reduction of the energy consumption in the standby consumption. So I think that the difference is important between the two types, with and without in-home display.
Advantages and disadvantages. Throughout this presentation, the different functions of home automation that provide to consumers the flexibility to change, to monitor their electricity consumption and making their lifestyle change have been developed. However, SHA smart home automation not only provide an efficient management energy, but also provide and improved lifestyle, security, comfort, and safety, some of them named before. In different parts of the world, such as Singapore, in which there is programs to regulate the consumption of electricity. Studies showed that a reduction in energy consumption of approximately 20% after implementing smart home automation. On the other hand, in different parts of the world, there is negative opinions, negative studies carried out in different parts of the world showed some negative reactions because some people found difficult to change their lifestyle in order to save money. Although some others found the idea of reduce electricity consumption and cutting electricity cost highly positive. Therefore, people in different parts of the world might perceive energy savings benefits differently. In addition, another study has highlighted that households could be categorized as monitor enthusiasts, aspiring to energy savers and energy non-engaged. According, the primary reason of why people use home automation was about, through a survey who was made, was about the primary reason for people use home automation was about being an eco-friendly household to save the environment. According to the study, money saving was the main motivation to the monitor enthusiast. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of cost, this system offered the parts of the facilities generally at lower cost, but this is very relative depending the country and the purchasing power of the consumer. There it is.
Well, as a conclusion, we can say that home automation is a great technology for the future, but it must be improved in terms of CO emission is his material. In the future, they can use eco-friendly material or more clean energy to use it. And we think that if this factor are improved, this technology can make a difference in the energy consumption reduction.
Thanks for watching. No lo subo a internet.